Hello and welcome to the first video of my LCK Spring Split 2023 preview series. We're going to cover DRX going in alphabetical order. DRX obviously are defending world champions, but it doesn't really feel like that with only one of the 5 players returning to the club. Last year, DRX went 20-16 between the two splits, so actually not overly great in the LCK domestically. I mean, they were middle of the road in terms of level of play, going 9-9 in summer, but going on a great run that resulted in a Cinderella story in a world championship. Their challenger team went 48-24, so very good. There are a few good prospects. Their academy team went 8-10-8 between academy first and second, whatever the hell it means. 8-10-8, and then I think they won the second academy championship, if I recall correctly. The coach is Micro. Micro has went 66-92 as a coach, at least being credited on coaching staffs on Leaguepedia at the LCK level. Has had some stints in Challenger as well. So the changes with this team, Beryl is the only one still here. Kingen is out, went to HLE. Rascal is in from KT. Pioshik went to Team Liquid, so they brought in Krakow from Sandbox. Zeka joins Kingen with HLE. Fate comes in from Kwangdong Freaks. Duck Dom replaces Deft. They swap teams. Deft going to Damwon Kia. And then, like I said, Beryl is still here. So, what's this team look like? It looks like an older team at 23.1 years old, reminiscent of last year's team a bit. I mean, Zeka and Kingen were younger, but Pioshik was in his early mid-20s, 23 years old probably as well. So, and Deft, I mean, being his age. So the team's average age is probably close to where it was last year. Rascal, 25 years old, put up a 3.4 KDA, 8.3 CS per minute, 63.9 KP last year, 451 damage per minute, resulting in a 21.9 damage share on KT Rollster, 21.7 gold share, 23 solo kills across 45 games. He'd play 9 champions, most played being Gwen, Sejuani, and Gnar. I don't think it was any secret that last summer's meta did not fit Rascal at all. Seeing him on Sejuani was like a disappointment every time they picked it for him, because it really limited what his options were. He could not really carry the game as a Sejuani. He became a facilitator, and it just didn't work out for KT. Excuse me. Didn't work for KT, didn't work for Rascal, and now he's with DRX. The backup is Clear. Clear's numbers look good. His challenger's numbers look good. I wouldn't be shocked if Rascal is not here in 2024 and Clear ends up being the starter. A 3.3 KDA, 8.5 CS per minute. Excuse me, sorry. A 3.3 KDA, 8.5 CS per minute, 57.5 KP, 521 damage per minute, 24.7 damage share, 22.3 gold share, 23 solo kills across 36 games, 14 champions played, Ornn, Gnar, Gangplank most played, so a wide array of champions there. We have Gnar, which is kind of in between, Ornn obviously being a tank, and GP being a carry. So this guy looks like he could be the real deal in top lane for DRX going forward. Frog is on their academy team, nowhere near ready to be bumped up. 3.75 KDA, 7 CS per minute, 53.9 KP, 459 damage per minute, 19.5 gold share, 6 champions, 29 games, Sejuani, Renekton, Aatrox. So that's 7 CS per minute, definitely not ready yet. In the jungle, we got Krakow. Krakow definitely is average, to say the very least. 3.8 KDA, 5.4 CS per minute, 70.7 KP. I mean, that is average. That's in the window of 5.25 to 5.5 threshold for CS per minute, 70 KP. There were times where he would lose games for Sandbox and then also win games for them. 302 damage per minute, 14.3 damage share, 18.3 gold share, only 4 solo kills across 41 games. He played 8 champions, Vi, Trundle, Poppy being his 3 most played. Sponge is the backup. Sponge, I think, may need a little bit more development. At 18 years old, he put up a 3 KDA, 5.1 CS per minute, 65.1 KP. So that is not vibing with me, not farming enough, not facilitating enough. 290 damage per minute, 13.6 damage share, 17.8 gold share, 6 solo kills across 36 games, 6 champions played, Viego, Wukong, Trundle. I will say the player behind him may push him for some time this year. Guillaume, at 17 years old, had a 3.65 KDA, 5.47 CS per minute, 67.8 KP. So slightly more. Not quite excelling at the academy level either, so it is going to be interesting who backs up Krakow. Well, actually, that's not up for debate. I've already realized that I went out of order, not only when I made this board, but when I just meant to do Juhan after Krakow, realized I didn't, and then I just pretended like Juhan wasn't there again. So there's no pressure to bring these guys up yet because they have Juhan. 67.8 KP though for Guillaume, 356 damage per minute, 19.4 gold share, 7 champions across 29 games. Viego, Lee Sin, and Maokai most played. So Juhan is the sub for this team at 21 years old. These stats are his PSG stats from spring. 6.6 KDA, 5.5 CS per minute, 73.8 KP, 313 damage per minute, 15.4 damage share, 18.6 gold share, 3 solo kills across 18 games. He played 5 champions. Lee Sin, Xin Zhao, Viego. His stats look good domestically at that level. I remember at MSI he looked a bit out of place, and then he joins DRX, and DRX don't use him at all until, towards the end of the split. Use him for a few games. I think he played 3 games. That's why I didn't reference those stats. Played sparingly throughout the playoffs. Played throughout Worlds play-ins. So they peppered him in for a while. I don't think he's as good as Krakow. But then again, that's not saying much. Definitely a situation where I could see them going back and forth between the two. But this jungle mid duo for DRX is just leaving a lot to be desired. When you think about them being compared against Gen G for similar standings, Gen G are going to gap them in that category. Speaking of mid lane, we have Fate, 22 years old, had a 4 KDA, 8.7 CS per minute, 69.4 KP. So definitely solid numbers here. I mean, better than your average mid laner, to say the very least. An 8.7, getting ahead in some of his matchups, facilitating quite a bit. 421 damage per minute, 24.6 damage share, 22.4 gold share. So not a secondary carry, which is good because Rascal fulfills that role. So Fate becomes that facilitator maybe on this team, Rascal being the secondary carry behind Duck Dom. Fate only had 2 solo kills in 42 games, 10 champions. Talia, Ari, and Lissandra is most played. Saytab, so in the mid lane for DRX, they have a couple prospects here that are worth getting a longer look. Saytab at 18 years old put up a 2.9 KDA, 8.8 CS per minute, 64.8 KP. What's really noticeable is the damage per minute, 611 and 28.3 damage share. So he out-damaged Fate, obviously different teams, different levels of play, by 190 damage per minute, resulting in 4%, 3.5% more damage. Gold share is very close to 22.3 to 22.4. So he is doing a lot more work with the amount of gold that he's got. 3 solo kills across 16 games, played 10 champions, Azir and Zoe being the most notable. Starlet, another player that also looks good on DRX's Academy team, died a lot though, 2.4 KDA, but a 9 CS per minute, so he is aggressive, getting his gold at 59.6 KP. Not so, I mean, there is a difference here, right? So you're giving up 6% KP for 0.2 CS per minute versus Saytab. 626 damage per minute, 28.9 damage share, 22.1 gold share, 7 solo kills across 20 games, further proving that aggressive mindset out of Starlet. Silas, Corki, Akali, his most played. Kihu is 17 years old on their academy team, 359 KDA, 856 CS per minute, 62.7 KP, 618 damage per minute, 22.4 gold share, 5 champions, 29 games, Azir, Silas, Ari. So definitely something to note here. So we have a situation where we've identified that Fate is probably the facilitator on this team, but their challenger mid laners are all carries. More carry oriented, so this is going to be something to monitor. I wouldn't be shocked if Fate struggles that they give a player like Satab a look. After playing with a very young mid laner in Zeka, they've went a little older with Fate, so it's definitely something to watch out for. In bot lane, Duckdom, 22 years old, put up a 4.9 KDA, 9.1 CS per minute, 73.5 KP. Obviously, these numbers are not good. I don't think Duckdom is great. He and Kellen, I think, honestly, for Damwon Kia, were not good at all. So, I don't know. Maybe Barrel helps him out. 616 damage per minute, 28.6 damage share, 24.3 gold share, 5 solo kills across 41 games. He played 12 champions. Zeri, Aphelios, Azrael. His backup Playetta is not much better. Excuse me. At 19 years old, put up a 4.5 KDA, 8.4 CS per minute, 73.3 KP. This guy is not very good. At least from his summer numbers are not good. 547 damage per minute, 25.2 damage share, 23.9 gold share, 4 solo kills across 36 games. He'd play 11 champions. Aphelios, Senna, Samira. Padek, 17 years old, 373 KDA, 912 CS per minute, 69.1 KP. This guy may already be better than Playetta. Playetta at 8.4 CS per minute is not winning lane by any means. He is giving up a lot on average in lane. 69.1 KP for Paddock, 661 damage per minute, 24.7 gold share, 8 champions across 29 games of Aphelios, Varus, and Caitlyn. Support, we have Beryl, obviously, the lucky charm. At 25 years old, had a 2.6 KDA, 72.5 KP last year. Would put up a 2.43 vision score per minute, clear 0.41 wards a minute. 15 champions in 45 games. He has an Ocean, if that wasn't clear, by his Heimerdinger that he did not even think of playing at Worlds. Tom Kench, Renata, Rakan being his 3 most played. Piero, behind him, not very good, similar to how I have Playetta. I think Playetta and Piero are not LCK level. Piero at 20 years old. Oh, Jesus. 2.5 KDA, 65.5 KP, 2.6 vision score a minute, 0.38 wards cleared a minute, 10 champions, 32 games. Tom Kench, Alistar, Nautilus. Career is their academy support at 18 years old, 382 KDA, 77.5 KP, 14 champions, 29 games. Renata, Alistar, Yumi. So this guy, career, I would not be shocked. Career at 18 years old, he's a year older than all his other academy teammates. Bumps up to challenger, plays alongside Playetta, and is the long-term maybe answer for Beryl. As of right now, though, the bot side of the rift, there is no backup for them at the challenger level. Mid lane is deep, though. There are a couple players there, Satab and Starlet, that honestly may have been worth giving a look to this year for DRX. I know going with a rookie would have been bold after replacing Zeka, but I think that there is a case to be made for it being worthwhile adventure for this club. Not for spring, but for summer. Maybe give one of these kids a look for spring, and then hopefully they ramp up in summer. So that's DRX. That's the first LCK preview. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube member, and thank you for watching.